All right, so worksheet number 12 is very, very similar to worksheet number 11. Just a few differences on it, but 1 through 4 are still combining like terms problems. So I skipped 1 and 2. I'm going to start with 3. Okay, don't forget, some of y'all are still struggling distributing this negative, so that's going to make that a -6 and a +10n. And now we're still going to combine our like terms, which makes it 2n minus 6. Okay, going over here to problem number 4. Again, we're going to distribute. That gives me a -20m and a +5, a -6 and a +10m. Combining like terms again, it's going to give us -10m and -1. All right, so 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 are just like last night as well. Okay, same thing with 10 through 13. So I'm just going to do a couple of these. I'm always going to do, well, I'll try to always do the 48 just because I really want y'all to get in the habit of 48 being 16 times 3. Square root of 16 is 4. And then 4 times 2 is going to give you 8. Okay, so instead of completing the rest of them, I'm just going to make sure that I'm going to show you the perfect squares that I would use. So for 45, I would use 9 and 5 because you can take the square root of 9. For 90, I would use 9 and 10 because again, you can take the square root of 9. And for 28, it would be 4 and 7, and you can take the square root of 4. Remember, I always put my perfect square first just so I can see it. And then once you take the square root, now several of y'all messed this up on your quiz today. Once you take the square root, that number is what comes out. So the square root of 9, for instance, is 3. 3 comes out and the 5 stays in. Okay, you don't pull the whole 9 out. You just pull the square root of 9, which is 3. All right, so then skipping down to 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19 are all adding radicals. Okay, so I'm going to start with 17. Again, 72 is one of our tricky ones. I want to go 36 and 2 here. Square root of 36 is 6. Bring down your 5. That gives me 30 radical 2. 18 is going to be 9 and 2. Square root of 9 is 3. Now my radicals are the same, so I can subtract 30 minus 3, which is going to give me 27 square root of 2. Okay, for 24, I would use 4 times 6. It gives me a 2 radical 6 here, times the 3 out front gives me a 6 radical 6. 9 and 6 gives me a 3 radical 6 times the 4 in front. Gives me 12 radical 6, and we're going to add these together. Again, our radicals are now the same. So we just add the front numbers, and that's going to give me 18 radical 6. Okay, and remember, your ultimate goal on adding radicals is for the inside number to be the same. So if you get stuck on what to factor with, always, like for instance, I knew this one was going to be 4 and 6. So I knew I had a 6 here, so automatically I want to try to have a 6 on the other one. All right, 300 is going to be 100 times 3. Factor out a 10. There is a negative in front there, so it's going to be a -10 radical 3. 12 is going to be 4 and 3. Square root of 4 is 2. Times that 4 is a -8 radical 3 because of the minus sign, making your final answer -18 radical 3. Okay. The last one I'm going to work out is problem number 20. Okay, combine your like terms here after you distribute. So that gives me 5x minus 20 Okay, so when I combine here, that's going to give me 9x minus 26 and 5x plus 2. Rearrange. Okay, so it's going to give me 4x is less than 28. And divide by 4, and x should be less than 7. Perfect Squares quiz number 2 tomorrow. Okay, so what I'm going to want you to do tonight for some extra credit is I actually want you to work backwards, meaning I want you to start with the square root of 400, and that is 20. Go down 361, that is 19. Okay, 324, and so forth, all the way until 1. Okay, and like I said, you're going to do that twice. From 400 all the way down to the square root of 1, which should be from 20 all the way to 1. Make sure you do that twice, and that'll add extra points to your square root quiz tomorrow.